My name is Gäelle Hollandbeck. I work for Dr. Kiersten Wise, and the focus of my project is the effect of volunteer corn density on severity of Gibberella ear rot on hybrid corn. Gibberella ear rot is an important disease of corn because the causal agent, Fusarium graminearum, produces a mold on the ear that consumes the dry matter of the corn, which leads to yield loss as well as decreased grain quality. This fungus also produces a mycotoxin called deoxynivalenol, also known as vomitoxin. At this point in time, there is not much known about the effect of volunteer corn density on Gibberella ear rot severity. Volunteer corn has the potential to serve as an extra inoculum source for the hybrid corn. So the focus of my project is to shed some light on whether volunteer corn does have an effect on the severity or not. I have two experiments set up. The first experiment is a field experiment examining the effects of volunteer corn density on disease severity. We set it up in a field with varying levels of volunteer corn density, from no volunteer corn to a high density of volunteer corn. I inoculated the fields using infested kernels spread in between the corn rows. At harvest, I came back and collected subsamples of the volunteer and the hybrid corn, rated those ears for disease, and also collected yield data and took samples of combine corn. I then ran assays to determine the concentration of deoxynivalenol in each of those samples. From my second experiment, the focus was on the effect of corn generation on disease severity. So comparing hybrid corn, or the first generation, to volunteer corn, or the second generation of corn. To address this question, I planted F1 hybrid corn as well as volunteer corn. I inoculated by injecting each individual ear with liquid inoculum of Fusarium graminearum. I then hand harvested every ear and rated each one for disease severity. I also collected yield data, and I ran assays to determine the concentration of deoxynivalenol. I really love my project because it allows me to get outside, get out in the field, and really interact with my corn and with my fungus. It also makes me feel really good knowing that I'm providing information to the farmers and answering these questions. I feel like I'm making a difference.